Hello, and thanks for tuning in to our presentation here, responding to the pandemic. My name is Rachel, and I'm a digital strategist with NextHome.
And I'm Stefan. I am a marketing analyst with NextHome.
We wanted to share some insights and trends we've seen over the past few months to inform some strategies for the months ahead. With the recent work from home and self-isolation guidelines, people have been spending more time on their phones, tablets, computers, really than ever before. And many advertisers who fall within the non-essential services category have actually responded by pausing their campaigns or cutting back advertising spend. And we've seen with these two factors combined, it's really created an opportunity for new home and condo advertisers to generate more impressions, clicks, awareness, and leads at a lower cost, as some of their competitors may have left the advertising space. So our agenda for this presentation here is, first of all, to cover how we at NextHome have responded, some comments on the future outlook, what steps are next, a bit about how we find that with our strategies, we really have a advantageous position, and then finally some tips for advertising during the pandemic.
Thanks, Rachel. So I'll start us off with how we've responded as an agency to the pandemic. So we'll be walking through our search, display, and social campaigns. And just to note that all of these metrics are our own clients' data that's been aggregated into an average. They're not industry averages. So starting off with search, we've seen an increase in average cost per click. And this is most likely caused by the changes in search volumes for real estate over the past month. Additionally, click-through rates and cost per action have increased slightly. So what does this mean? Advertisers would have to pay more to win ad auctions when the number of searches are limited, so driving the cost up just a bit, but also improving the click-through rate slightly. Next, our display campaign saw an inverse trend compared to search. Internet usage is up by 50% since the pandemic started, and the need for one-on-one connections have increased considerably. So our campaigns have benefited from a larger audience pool overall. Additionally, many competitors have dropped their campaigns altogether, leading to increased available ad inventory in the Google display network. This has resulted in a nearly 20% reduction in CPC and a whopping 58% in CPA. Finally, our social campaigns experienced the same trend as display. A large drop in cost per clicks due to many non-essential services pulling their ads. We also saw a significant reduction in cost per acquisition, or cost per action. This can likely be accredited to more qualified buyers continuing to search and engage, while those just browsing have perhaps dropped off due to some financial hardships. As many businesses are temporarily pausing their campaigns, it's important to keep in mind that there is still an active and attentive audience at home with more time to spare researching prospective real estate options. And just a quick note here, our cost per actions across all of our campaigns have decreased by an average of 33%. So now is really one of the best times to get the most bang for your buck.
Thanks, Stefan. So our next point here, just to look at what's ahead, the future outlook. While this is a difficult time for everyone, we feel that it is still important to maintain an advertising presence now and in the recovery months ahead. If your company does have the financial ability to continue advertising, there is an advantage right now because there's fewer competitor ads, lower costs, higher engagements, and you can really put your business in a strong position for recovery and success in the coming months ahead. And then here we have a testimonial from one of our clients, particularly about our work during the pandemic. But overall, we just wanted to kind of emphasize that we find that we are fairly effective at adapting to the situation, regardless what happens. We pride ourselves on working very closely with our clients so that we always understand what their goals are and can adapt using, the data-driven strategies we have to ensure we're keeping them ahead of the curve as best as possible.
Thanks, Rachel. So we'll just close out with some tips for advertising during this pandemic. And the first of which is to find an appropriate tone for the situation. We think that companies that appear to be trying to capitalize on this situation will not be seen positively, and that's pretty obvious, I think, by now. For businesses that are not directly involved in responding to the COVID-19 outbreak, the best strategy is brand reinforcement. Next, customers are looking for digital-first strategies, but people still want human interaction. Social media management and live chat tools are more important now than ever. Not relying on auto messaging and responding to customers personally will inspire customer confidence in your brand. Thirdly, we recommend, if possible, to offer virtual appointments, tours, online applications, and overall responsible, health-conscious private solution to open houses, if appropriate. Customers will remember companies who demonstrated leadership and helped them through the chaos. Next, if your company is able to keep operating during the pandemic and you have special services to accommodate, be sure to highlight this information prominently in your ads and on your main website landing pages. So if you're taking the time to make special accommodations, we really want to make sure that you're highlighting that to everyone so they, you can get that win easily. And finally, investing in long-term strategies like SEO and website optimizations will give your website a boost once the market bounces back. With a lot of competitors holding back, it's a good time to easily increase SEO rankings and lay the groundwork for a successful future. Thanks so much for taking the time to tune into this webinar. If you have any questions at all, you can email digital@nexthome.ca or speak to your senior media consultant.